Okay, so today we went to the doctor because a few months ago I got a new right eye prosthetic because the one that I had wasn't fitting anymore and it was way overdue and we honestly didn't even know it. So what he told us at the appointment was that he knew this doctor and he thought maybe there was a possibility where they could get my eyelid reconstructed a little bit more and just make it a little bit more natural. He was like, it doesn't look bad at all, like you're fine. Your right eyelid might be able to close all the way. Like as you can see, if I shut my eyes, it doesn't close all the way. He was like, they can just make it a little bit better looking. And I'm like, okay. At first I was like, but I don't really care. I don't really care what I look like. You know, I didn't say that, but I was like, okay, all right, sure. We'll just see how much it is and go from there. So we had that appointment today, and between a month ago and now, I started to get my hopes up of maybe looking a little bit more normal and my eyes looking a little bit more uniform or whatever. And so today, the appointment, the doctor told me, these are your options. We can either make your eye look like this, or we can weigh it down to where it'll be like that. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. And she was like, and honestly, there's no way I can get rid of that bump on your eye because that'll mess up your scar tissue and it'll make it look 10 times worse. And I was like, okay, all right. I couldn't hide the disappointment that was on my face, but she was like, I'm sorry, like these are your options, take it or leave it. And she was like, just call us when you decide what you want to do, and we'll get you the prices and everything. So I went up to the car and I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, no, it's gonna be expensive. I probably don't have the money for it, and it's not gonna do anything. So anyway, then I just had to start processing and start writing because that's how I process. And I was really disappointed. And I knew I was like, I shouldn't be disappointed about this. But I am. Like, I got my hopes up. I wanted to look more normal. And it's not going to happen. And I will never look normal, probably, in this life. And that's okay. But so anyway, I have my little journal that I kind of wrote everything down in. That way I can stay on track because I got a lot of rabbit trails. Anyway, so I'll just start reading. I just got out of the doctor. My oculist mentioned the possibility of surgery to make my right eyelid close all the way. I've been fine with the way I look, but I'd be lying if I were to say I didn't get my hopes up. We have this perception of beauty in our minds, and it's messed up. What do we think of when we think of pretty? We think of flawless models that you see like on the cover of a magazine or something. By now, it's well known that this idea is ridiculous and unachievable. Why then do we still perceive that as beauty goals? I remember being 12 years old, I would look in the mirror and think, wow, you're a monster. Who would want to be your friend, and nobody will want to date you? What I didn't process was that these were lies of the enemy. But this is what God tells me. Through the poetry of King David in Psalm 139, he tells me that before I was in the womb, he knew me, and that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. What we must do is change our perception of beauty. If I look at these photoshopped images and think that's beautiful, then I will always see myself as hideous. I remember going in for a checkup after my nasal reconstruction surgery. The doctor examined inside my nose and was like, yeah, it's healing great. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. And he kept saying the word beautiful. And he had this screen and it was all blown up on a screen and you could see like all the insides of my nose and like I just looked at the screen and I was like, ew, like I was like, why is he like keep saying that it's beautiful? Like this is disgusting. Roxy. I was like, this is like, but he was a doctor. He went in, he reconstructed everything in there so that I would have a better quality of life, so that I could breathe better and all of that. And it was beautiful. It was his handiwork, you know. That's kind of the way it is with God, you know. He made us, he fashioned us, he formed us, just the way that we are, you know. Before I was in my mom's womb, he knew me, and he knew that I would have these insecurities, and that I wouldn't be able to see with my right eye, and that I would have nystagmus in my left eye, and that I would have to wear glasses all of my life, and all of that. He knew all of it, and he made me anyway, and he's like, yep. Yeah. He loves me just the way I am, and yeah. I don't know what else to say. So who am I to say that that's not enough, you know? Who am I to say, oh, I'm hideous, you know? No, fam. Like, this is who God made me. He made me with one eye. He made all this scar tissue right here, and this bump right here, you know. He knew all of it was gonna happen, because somehow, in some way, he's going to be glorified through it. And it's not my job to worry about that, because I am just one little bitty second in the story of him, essentially, you know. Anyway, I've been reading this book by Francis Chan. It's called Crazy Love. It's pretty good. You should go read it. Yeah, I've got a lot to be grateful for, guys. Here's my challenge. Tonight, I'm going to go through and I'm going to like make a list of things that I'm grateful for. And that will help me get over my disappointment, because it's still kind of disappointing, not going to lie. And yeah, you can do that too. And we're all going to be grateful and happy and praising Jesus together, okay? Sounds good. Okay, bye.